Mr. Richards here. I'm going to show you how to set up your controller for your robot. So the first thing I'm going to do when I open up a new VEX project is you should save as, okay? And on your iPad it will look a little bit different, but you go down to save as. Please name it something like controller setup or something like that so that you know what the program is, and then click save. Now the next thing we have to do is we have to set up our two devices. The first one is going to be our 2-motor drivetrain. So you click 2-motor drivetrain. You should have your left motor plugged into port 1 and your right motor plugged into port 5, and if you don't, you need to change your wires around, okay? Since we have a gear ratio, your motors actually have to turn the opposite direction in order for your vehicle to move forward, so we have to click the down arrow. You should also make sure you pick the correct wheel size. The smallest wheels we have are the 2.75 inches. The bigger wheels are the 4 inches, and the biggest wheels are 6 inches. Okay, so pick whatever wheel size you have, then click done. The next thing you have to add is our controller. So you'll click controller. Now when you're adding the controller, this is where you decide what the joysticks do. By clicking on them, and on the iPad you'll be clicking on them with your finger, each time you click, it gives you a different option, okay? So the first click you get is your left joystick controls everything, forward, reverse, and turning. The second click is the same thing, but the right joystick does it. The third is the one that I prefer, where the left joystick goes forwards and backwards, and the right joystick controls turning. That seems to be the easiest one for most students. Of course, you can reverse it and swap the joysticks. And then we have tank drive, where each joystick just controls one motor side. This is really difficult to do, so I'd recommend against doing this one. So my recommendation would be this control layout, okay? Then click done. Now there's one more thing that you have to do, or that I would advise you to do, and that is to set the drive velocity to 100%. By default, it's set to 50%, so since we're racing, you probably want to go at maximum speed. So the first and only piece of code that you need to really drag in here is set drive velocity to 100%, and then you're good to go. All right. Now what you need to do is make sure you download this program to your robot brain. All right. If you don't download this program to your robot brain, it's not going to work. So download it to your robot brain. Finally, when you get it downloaded to your brain, you need to run this program. Just like we ran all of our other programs, you need to run this program for it to work. So go to Programs, select this program name, one that you named, and click Run. Once you do that, your controller should work as you've set it up. All right, so that's how to get your remote controller working with your robot.